Pisces, welcome to your month in review for April. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces in April, please. What's going on, please, for Pisces in April? Like always, take what resonates, leave it does not, yeah? These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Normal. Frustrating, but normal. Check the placements, yeah? What's going on, please? Show me Pisces in April. I do believe we're out of your birthday season. I record a little bit early, and we're a few days right there on that borderline between Pisces and Aries. But I do hope that you had a happy birthday. Yeah? What's going on, please? What's going on, please? Show me Pisces in April. Show me Pisces in April. There we go. That feels good. What's going on? At the beginning of April, Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, Devil. I agree 100%. Good job. Let's stop the reading right there. That's great. We'll get back to that. That is great, though. I love that. I love that decision. Six of Wands, King of Wands, Four of Wands, and so do you. I love it. Okay. Six of Swords, the Hermit, Temperance. You're not exiting. You're entering a time of massive healing because you made good decisions. Very good. I'm very happy for this, Pisces. Excellent. Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, the Devil. In summary, and I absolutely love this, the boldness of it, the strong appreciation, truth, and then thus action when we acknowledge the thing, anything, right? It's a strong, independent thought, and it requires strong, independent action. You said, you know what? Some of us have a devilish pattern to wait. That's stupid. Good job. The devil, guys, shows up as, more often than not always, but patterns of the self. Things that hold us back, and we keep ourselves in place, and we tell ourselves this is the reason why. It's an ego preservation thing. Sometimes it's external, bad things that happen to us or via someone else, okay? But for the most part, it's internal. A devil. We all have our own particular devil. I say it all the time. And if you don't think you have one, that's your devil. That's how your shadows take over. And some of you have a very strong admission here that I have a pattern of waiting. And how do you know it's negative? It makes you feel bad. That's it. That's how you know it's your own particular little devil. It makes you feel bad. That's it. Waiting sucks. And if you've been around my channel, if you're familiar with my work, 2 big rules about waiting. Don't ask someone. It's wrong and it's cruel. And don't volunteer because it's wrong and it's cruel. The only time you wait is when you have damn good reason to. And then you can take ownership of it. And even if you choose to wait, take ownership of it. Too many people act like they're not waiting, and they are. And then they wonder 5, 10, 15 years later why they're so bitter and resentful. So I don't know what it is that you cottoned on to. We'll take a look on clarification. You might show me to say, I have a little history here, Christina. I have a pattern of waiting. And it hurts, and it sucks, and I won't do it anymore. I want to get on with my life. And indeed you are. Six of Wands, King of Wands, Four of Wands. Talk about amped up. Whoo! The confidence. Confidence. You're like, I did this. I want acknowledgement. You got it. Fully acknowledged. Whatever it is, you said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to wait on myself. I'm not going to wait on a situation, place, circumstance, person, job, etc. I'm not going to wait on approval. I'm not going to wait on approval from myself. It's just holding me back. My fears are getting in the way of whatever it is I'm trying to achieve, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Read my lips. I'm sick of that. And you are. And then you launch yourself immediately into something that you're like, I have pride in this. And it feels so good. It feels so good. It's like a very cold glass of lemonade on a hot day. That's how good it feels. Except on a, bigger scale. Six of Wands, King of Wands, Four of Wands. You're like, I did it. Yeah, you did. And I'm glad you did, because in that process of cutting out that which does not work for you, particularly as it relates to waiting and holding up on permission elements that just aren't there, they're bullshit constructs for this person. Like I said, you got to know when to wait. But if the devil's attached to it, then it's almost always fear-based waiting. And in leaving that behind, you immediately launch into a state of real healing, both in your outer world as you see it unfold and manifest in a certain direction, and then your internal world with temperance and your emotional self. So that's some good stuff today, guys. This is fantastic. Go water signs. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying you're perfect. Obviously, you know, it's the whole point of being alive is to not just see what we're doing right, but to understand where we're going wrong, and then we can further our advancements in right. You understand? And that was a strong truth, and I love it. I love that truth, honey. I may not clarify all of these. Some will speak for themselves. We're going to go ahead and start with that Ace of Swords. And whatever it is you're launching into may not be perfect. The point is that you feel good about it. There's no more hang-ups. You got something going on. You do. It makes you feel alive. It makes you feel all sparked up, joyous. It melts away the fears and frustrations. You're like, I did it. Yeah, you did. I love it. Ace of Swords. Some of the Ace of Swords. Some of the Ace of Swords. Some of the Ace of Swords. I knew I was going to see the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Cups. You know, you got tired of wondering over and over again, repetitiously, if something was going to quote-unquote work out. And then also hanging around, waiting to see if things work out, and they don't, right? And there's this is the pattern you've acknowledged. Okay, it's already there. It's a strong thought. Many of you have been subject to abandonment flaws and fears and things like that, which sometimes overwhelms you emotionally and keeps you from being in contact with something greater, such as the Ten of Cups. It's a tale as old as time. You're not the first person to show me something like this. You will not be the last. I promise. The point is that you realized it. Okay, and fear of abandonment, whatever that looks like, wherever that comes from, I know how it plays out in reality. We keep ourselves hanging back from that which we want. That way we don't have to feed that particular possibility, right? What if it doesn't go anywhere? What if it doesn't amount to anything? What if it's wrong? What if I second guess myself to death on this? And so it's really prohibited some of the Pisces I'm looking at. Again, this is a strong truth. You realize from entering into things that are emotionally harmonious and, excuse me, that's my lisp, emotionally harmonious, okay, and into something greater. It's your experiences here at the emotional level have always been cut in half up until this point. And one of your methods from completely launching yourself into something that might be good for you was just, let's just wait. I don't want to make any decisions. I don't want to rush this. I'm going to overthink it or just not engage with it. It's very normal stuff. I'm going to go ahead and skip that Three of Wands because that's how normal this is through my eyes. We're going to go right into that Devil. And I can see how you've been looking back at your relationships and how you've never fully launched into them, or they've never been emotionally satisfying, because the ones that aren't technically emotionally satisfying have the least amount of chance to really hurt us, but they do reinforce us, or reinforce our fears of abandonment when inevitably we realize we're not satisfied with them. You see what I'm saying? So we end up paying the bill, regardless of how much we tried to avoid it, or how we try to put ourselves into something that doesn't feel as fearful, or it doesn't produce or generate as much fear. You still end up getting disappointed by it. See what I'm saying? So we realize this. Let's see that Devil, please. Show me the Devil. Show me the Devil. Show me the Devil. Point is, you ain't waiting around anymore. Let's see that Devil. What's going on there? Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, tying back literally to your truth and your opening. Yeah, one absolutely is tied to the other. You bet your butt. So that Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, that's exactly what we're talking about. For fear, again, it's not an accusation. The Pisces I'm looking at, you've learned some things. Maybe you started talking to somebody. Maybe you started going into counseling. The Hermit can often represent that, the insight of wisdom from someone else. Okay? Point is that you learned some things about yourself. And that Ace of Swords, exactly what I was talking about. For fear of the real deal, we always found ways to stall and to keep ourselves from fully engaging in it. Don't get me wrong. I bet you fully engaged in relationships that felt a little bit more on the safe side. a little bit more on the settling side, a little bit more than I'm pretty sure this can't hurt me, so because I'm not fully emotionally attached to it, it doesn't represent the fullness of my own particular heart, so in some way or measure this should keep me safe. No, you still end up having a Five of Pentacles around it, because it's still ultimately not what you want. What you want is what your devil protects the most, and that's the fullness of heart. Real love. Full love. The full love experience without any hang-ups or bullshit or back-talking or backsliding out of it. Standing up for it, not shying away from it. So you've done a lot of expanse. Do you see your Ace of Swords, how they showed up twice over the learning and insight of your heart? Some of you guys have done some really good work. I'm telling you, these past couple of months or whatever it is, and these insights are hitting you hard. But it's in a good way. It's in a controlled way. You don't look shocked. You don't look freaked out. You're like, this is what's up. This is what happened. I see that now. So good for you. Honestly, I'm not saying it wasn't a process to get these things, but the way you're handling it now suggests it makes sense. It all makes sense, Christina. I see the pattern now. I've always wanted the real deal of the heart, but I was afraid to enter that at the same time. So I've always settled for lesser, just to end up breaking from it anyway, and thus reinforces my fear of abandonment, which kept me further and further away from the heart space I actually want. Make sense? So this is some great insight that you are opening up with April. So what are you going to do with it? Because the sword isn't just the thought, guys. It's also the action. That you completely cut that devil out like a rotten tooth. Over here, suggest you doing something that's the opposite of this. So that's great. You know, you got to learn those lessons, step one. And now it's time to apply them. Oh, now that's where the real money is, honey. That's where the real payout is. Not just money, you know what I mean. Love the whole thing. Everything that your devil's like, you can't have that. It'll leave you. It's too real. It's too raw. It's too deep. You don't want that. That shit's too scary. You know? So some people will wait and put it off and or they'll go into other things that don't quite fit, but they feel safe, which is a fallacy. You know, safety in love says that you are secure because the person you're attached to makes you feel that way. Not by how little you love someone else. That way it never hurts you too much if it leaves. Okay? Common misconception. See it all the time. Oh, we got the mowers out. Oh, my. Your message has been blessed with Our Lady Perpetual Long Hair. It is not Bob. It's further down. Oh, no, that's a crew. That's a crew. I'll tell you what, though. My neighbor Bob, he's 85. He still does the lawn himself. It's impressive. I have to say, it's pretty darn impressive. Most people get a crew. You know? Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. What's going on, please? Show me that Six of Wands. I'm really impressed with this, Pisces. I can't stress that enough. You've had some damn strong insights. It reminds me back in the day when I used to work with clients. This is some upstanding stuff. You get gold star, baby. I love this. Good job. Again, you're not perfect. When you have that level of insight, you earn it. Let me make that clear. When you have real insight, you have to earn it. It's not just handed to you. So that means getting confrontational about some scary shit. About yourself and the connections you found yourself in and why. No easy thing. So again, good job. All right, Six of Wands. Let's do it. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Oh, we got some hesitation there. That's okay. I'm actually not saying that from you. I'm saying that from someone else. It's interesting because Scorpio showed me the Queen of Pentacles twice with some hesitation surrounding their energy about whether or not they should get involved in this. This person, I'm not saying you have to be connected to Scorpio. I'm saying they just showed me something similar. So FYI, and it was around this segment timeline as well. So Six of Wands, confidence. You are showing me confidence in presenting an offer to someone, and they're like, huh. I don't know why they have a question mark attached to them like that. They are leaning, but it's not a full away. There's something about your energy that's so charming here and so knowing of itself. Just to be clear, fire, fire, fire. So that's consolidation of energies and what it's offering in the presentation of it. So you're showing me I'm on board with this. Would you like to be on board with me? So I see you making a realistic gesture to somebody, a real one. Ace of Pentacles, guys, doesn't have to be marriage or anything like that. It says, this is what I can show you. And this is the best of my time, energy, and effort as an investment. It's kind of a bold-faced presentation of this is me, and this is what I'm standing for. This is what I can do. And that can come in the form of a gesture, a gift, an opportunity, but it's in the real world. And I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, this isn't you. Their reaction is, does this nurture me? They want to know if it nurtures and supports them in a complete way. Is it a good representation of them? Is it healthy? Because the King and Queen of Pentacles want to know household, everyone in it, and that includes themselves. Is this the best of me? Is this worth my effort, my sense of self-worth? What am I responding to? So I don't see them saying no. I see them saying, is this a good representation of me if I accept this? Why do they have that hesitation with you? The question mark, question mark, question mark. And don't get me wrong, you're smiling through it all with a certain sense of that I'm showing up because this is where I want to be. I don't see them saying no, I'm seeing them hesitate. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at that King of Wands. I like how you're amped up, though. I do. Why is there a little bit of hesitation around this person? You got a history with them a little bit? Maybe. Maybe they're naturally reserved. That could be it. If they're a true King, Queen of Pentacles, they could be naturally reserved. Absolutely. But you are offering something authentic. Could be that way around. Don't know. But you will in April. Especially since you're the one who took the vow of no more waiting or time killing in order to not engage with what I want the most as a form of fear. It would make sense then that your energy had a turnaround like that 180 thing, where it's like, I'm doing the opposite, like the tarot lady told me to. So that's why I'm kind of seeing it coming from you, but you could be on the receiving end. And you're not delaying, trying not to delay to take the offer. Let's see that King of Wands. Let's see that King of Wands. Let's see that King of Wands. We don't know. And perhaps you don't either, because we're not quite there in April yet. Let's see that King of Wands, please. The Eight of Wands, communication, Three of Cups, the Hermit. Yeah, it's you. It's you. You're offering it. Fortune favors the brave, honey. You know, and you're doing a brave thing. You've addressed this. You're working through it. And now you're applying what you've learned. I feel like it's good. And that's not an insult, guys. Look at the beautiful work you've done. Of course, you want to take what you've learned out for a test drive. See what I'm saying? When people have learned and they have that kind of developed insight, there is something that happens, a generative effect, a seed that's planted and starting to grow that says, oh my God, I know this now. I'm armed and confident with this knowledge. I got to apply it. What am I waiting for? Oh yeah, I did that. Let's go over here and stop waiting and start doing. And you're showing me that you want to prove the process, that you've learned your process. And I'm so excited that you're so excited. It makes me really happy. I don't know what little talk you had between you and whoever else that helps you. I don't care. The results are amazing. I really am. I'm seeing the communication come from you. And your Hermit is here. You have some really interesting aspects in your chart, particularly Leo, possibly Virgo. But you're saying, in a relaxed way, it's all right. It's all right. Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, the Hermit. Can we talk and maybe work through some stuff via connectivity? And this is really basic connectivity, communication, as well as the proposed opportunity to reconnect in a way that's emotionally light, okay? And celebratory, easy, light going, but with the depth of the Hermit. So you're saying here in the proposition to this person, here's a real opportunity to understand each other and to communicate. It's relaxed. It knows itself. And it says, maybe we can get to know each other's feelings, but in an easy way. I want to learn about you. I want to learn about us. I want to learn what there is to learn about us. Okay? And all I'm asking for is maybe some communication, and maybe, if we're lucky, hang out a little bit, but in a serious way, where we have time to reflect with each other. Okay? I really want to reflect with you. I want to learn from you. The Hermit's wise, experienced, and he doesn't assume to know everything. He always says there's more to learn, and he's absolutely right. And that's true wisdom. That's the difference between being smart and being wise. Wisdom says your learning never stops. So you're saying you want to learn about this person and how to connect with them to ease the communication and to ease connecting with them. Okay? It's actually quite lovely. It's very considerate. I like it a lot. I hope that they say yes. I'm seeing the hesitation there. I'm very curious about that. The Hermit here, the wisdom of the approach, thoughtfulness, plus the lightness. It's good. I like it. Let's see that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that. Four of Wands for the Four of Wands, Six of Cups. Oh, Nine of Cups. So we do know this person, eh? Okay. I'm not sure why they're showing me a little bit of hesitation, but you would know best, particularly as they seem to be soul bonded to you. You know this person, Six of Cups. They denote the past emotional energies. Not that that's a dirty little word, past. It's just saying you have a history with this person, but in a way that's much more unique between you two. Okay? That's what the Six of Cups is. It's actually very sweet in this respect. Nine of Cups. Four of Wands to the Four of Wands. It's like you and I have a beautiful connection. Perhaps we always did. And there's the admission here of some sort of relationship that is at least emotionally, possibly spiritually contracted between you two. Okay? And it would please you to engage with it. This energy is behind you. I don't think you're saying this on the upfront. It's what you have come to experience or possibly expect from this person. So this is a person, I believe, whom we decided to devil may care or to hell with the devil. And why I've held back from this, I'm going to put myself in it. It's beautiful. I think your instincts for this are 100% on point. How you are perceiving this connection is 100% on point. But more and above all that is the better representation of who you actually are versus where you came from. So how you're able to interpret this connection and therefore your responses in it are completely different because you yourself, like I said, did that precious 180 based on insight, real work, understanding, and then what to do. And it's not just thought, it's also the action. Like I said, you're in there, you're psyched up, you can't wait to apply. Six of Swords I'm very curious about. Very curious about. Now, do I see you entering a phase of healing? Absolutely. For yourself, internally, externally? Absolutely. But I have this feeling, we need to take a look at that Six of Swords. I can see what it is that you left behind. Okay? Fears, old thoughts of entrapment that kept you locked in a position of waiting, killing time. I don't know what to do. I can't approach this. I can't go after what I want. All that. We're done with that. Clearly, I have every reason to believe you've left that behind, but I'm still curious about the Six of Swords. So just in case, my intuition often shows up in the form of curiosity. It's not like, oh, I'm feeling intuitive right now. No. Yeah, curiosity. Just any sort of kind of, I need to learn about something. That kind of thing. That's what it typically feels like. The Six of Swords, that sense of curiosity. I need to pursue that. I don't quite know why. I just need to see where it's going to take me. That's it. Hey, you ought to know it's your process too. Let's see that Six of Swords. Show me that Six of Swords. Show me that Six of Swords. This is so beautiful. I love this so much. It's lovely. Okay, Page of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords. There it is. That's what I was looking for. A more distinct imprint of what I thought I saw here in the opening. That is, we've left behind the rumination, which is the Nine of Swords, the mental entrapment, which is just another variation before you consolidated your thoughts into one singular effort, which is the Ace of Swords, the absolute truth, once you cut out all the Nine of Swords nonsense. And then the Five of Cups, pain of the past. You're saying you're leaving all this behind. The stress and the anxiety of not knowing what to do, talking yourself out of things, talking yourself into things that you don't necessarily want, but you say it's safe, that kind of crap. All that's gone. It's all gone bye-bye, okay? And particularly any sense of past regret or remorse is gone. You have left that behind because you kept yourself open in all the right ways. Again, once more, good job. Very good. Very good. Let's check out your Hermit. Given that your Hermit is showing up over thoughtful connectivity and communication that says, I want to be open to this and learn from it, but also emotionally connect to it. And I mean it with the King of Wands. I wonder what else might be in that Hermit for you in terms of reaction, what you are indeed learning from that connection, or how you're experiencing it. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see that Hermit, please. Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords, the Four of Cups, a lot of emotional consolidation. You are indeed learning quite a bit. We're learning about a variety of emotions that perhaps before didn't make sense between yourself and this person, the confusion and the pain. You're gaining insight rapidly about what happened there, what they experienced and what you experienced, and it's just really feeding your sense of knowledge base, which is what you wanted. Okay, you're learning a lot and you're listening. And you're also sharing your side of what happened, I believe. So we are working our way through meticulously some complicated emotions. Like I said, it's clearing up the sense of mental stress and distress and emotional distress. Like I said, this is all going away. It's easing up. The more you interact with this, you indeed interact more with yourself and how you used to experience yourself from the past. Your past point of view. You understand it better. Okay. We got lots of learning, lots of healing here today, guys, with a strong sense of dedication to leave the negativity in the past where it belongs, but still being able to learn and reflect upon it in order to prevent it further in the future. Good stuff. Good, good, good stuff. All right. Just for fun, let's go ahead and check out Temperance while we're here. We're making good time today. We're making good time today. Show me Temperance, please. The Hanged Man, Eight of Wands, very good. Knights of Swords. The idea of the healing is coming from a space of pausing to appreciate the communication and knowing when to take action towards it. So you indeed are really taking all your lessons into a place of application. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. You're showing me high levels of reflection on any communication you have between this person and I'm sure other areas of your life too. And then you say, after considerate reflection, that's when I know what to do or say. And it's just reinforcing your healing. This is so fantastic. Good job, Pisces. Good freaking job. This is so wonderful. Look at you. It's like, I'm not going to take the communication for granted. I'm going to pause. And not just with this energy, anything. That's open to interpretation to anything in your life that you're communicating with. You're like, I'm not going to just back away or put things off. I'm going to aptly listen, okay? And am I understanding what's being said to me? I don't want to take it for granted, and then I will act accordingly. So that seems to be your overall method now. Since you're getting such wonderful results from this, you seem to be applying it to multiple areas in your life. Again, really, really, really hammering down on that devil to make sure it doesn't prop up or crop up in other areas either. This is really good stuff, guys. I am so happy for you. You've done such good work. This Pisces saw the problem, started to take action, and now you really are getting what you want. You really are. You are getting what you want. Not one more devil popped up to block your heart and the truth of it there. You're engaging with what you want and who you want. And you're learning, and you're learning, and you're learning. And you're going to continue to feel lighter and lighter. Okay? All right. Oh, yes. Yeah, listen to your intuition. Listen to yourself. You know what's up. Speak your truth. This whole thing. Now that the devil's no longer having so much grip on your particular truth, you're finding it much easier to speak for yourself in all the right, healthy ways. So I can see that this person was a little reserved at first, hesitant. Okay. They wanted to know if them accepting that Ace of Pentacles from you was a measure of their worth. That kind of tells me there's some tricky issues with that person on that side of the fence once upon a time. But you speaking authentically, it shows, and then I see them open up towards you pretty well. Okay. You know, codependent and manifestation. That's what I'm saying. What you really wanted is And the codependency here in this is obviously the devil. That sense of codependency, fears that are out of control, but we learn to rely on them over time, okay? That develops a sense of codependency. I have to operate like this, otherwise everything will fail. Again, that's just how the devil really manages to work overtime in our lives, even if it's in one critical area and becomes a permanent cramp and endeavors to what it is we would actually like to manifest and move towards. That's going to become less and less of a problem for you. Okay? Like I said, back here strongly denotes someone who is finally getting what they actually want because they're allowing it, moving towards it, making those decisions. Okay, control tactics. Oh my goodness, some of you had some really intense devils. Control tactics. Cultivating those thoughts so carefully. This is going to hurt you. Don't do it. Hold back, procrastinate, put it off. Don't speak your truth. Just watch, wait, and see. Don't get involved at all. It'll fade out on its own, but it's not what your heart wanted. Ever. So you always found reasons to kind of maybe engage with it, but never fully, that kind of thing. So those control tactics by the devil, honey, was really real. But to your credit, you saw it. You totally saw it. It took time. Yeah, it was the seeds. This is not the seeds of spring now. This was the seeds of spring last year where something took effect. Last spring, this time of year. A lot of work was done. This kind of thing, guys, doesn't happen overnight. It can take months, seasons, a year or so to really start to understand these things. You know? It's like, no, surely not. Surely I can see that for myself and resolve it in a day. No, not if you've had a lifetime of that devil impeding your progress and growth as a person. Emotionally, spiritually, otherwise. Always interfering with you. Always telling you to take choice B when you should have taken choice A. Because choice A is what you really, really wanted, but because you wanted it too much, the fear kicked in and said, this can hurt me. We're going to go with B. It's the lesser option. But because I'm not as emotionally attached to it, the odds of it hurting me shouldn't be as bad. But it's never what we really want. We kind of took a look at that. Or some variation of that, you understand? Beautiful stuff, guys. Ooh. Snap, crackle, pop. All right, what's going on? That's over. I know. It's just another variation of death. It's over. Or it's transformed. And also the number 8 might be important. Okay. What else, please? Home. Safety. False commitments. Yeah. That's another way to put it. Thank you, Spirit. It's a very fancy way to put it, but yes, correct. False commitments. An end to false commitments and a false sense of safety. Okay, like I said, people like yourself, the Pisces I'm looking at in your opening, you have that choice where you feel naturally navigated to choice A, but will often default and not listen to yourself and go to choice B, or in this case, south, when you should have gone north, or choice A. And that's where the devil's had a lot of influence. And you find yourself in repeating patterns of inadequate emotional constructs that never fully satisfy you. But they kind of have a stretched out disappointment attached to them. It's like, well, this isn't as good. Why did I choose it again? Because now I'm in a position of having to end it too. But hey, if I'd gone with choice A and it had done the same, it would have hurt a lot more. And that's where the devil has a tendency to sow those seeds of fear and hang back and don't get involved. And you don't really want that. You know, false contracts are over. The time of false commitments are over. You know, and this idea of false security too. Illusions and all that stuff. Let's see, we have the numbers 8, 4, 25, but that's in reverse. Anything else here? That's you. Resources. Number 34, that is you. Resourceful, yes you are. Not in terms of emotion, but here we have the fish of plenty. So I know that you are resourceful, I'm sure. And then we have thoughts, number 16. Let me guess who that is. This kind of once bitten, twice shy Queen of Pentacles that doesn't know if accepting this offer is the best thing for her or him. We think about this person. Okay? The muse, the vision of beauty in our mind's eye, reflection of memories, as well as the Six of Cups, number 16. Okay? All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.